Okay guys, sorry that I don't have the fancy videos. I really try to record some videos while I can, while I have the time, because I am pretty busy most of the time. I have a full-time job and I'm a mom, and we know how that can keep us pretty busy. So I wanted to record this. Today is January 1st, and I wanted to start the year off right. I got my workout in. I'm going to share a few things that I'm going to do. I have been able to kind of go up in weight and go down in weight throughout the years. I've learned some tricks and tips along the way by following experts, by reading articles, by reading books, by my own experience and what works for my body, which may be very different from what works for your body or what works for a male, or you know, everybody's body's different. But I will share what works for me, and I will bring you along on this journey. When I started this channel, it was to kind of bring you on my journey of healing, self-improvement, health, mental and physical, and kind of share a little bit of my story, which I will continue to do so as soon as I have time to record a video of the next parts. But I do want to share this while I can. I will be starting a weight loss journey. I will put my exact weight on the comments, but I'm sorry, on the description. But I believe I am around 165. If I haven't weighed myself in the last few days, as the weekend we ate like really bad, so much sugar, so many goodies, and so I'm pretty sure my weight's a little bit higher than that. I try to stay completely active while I'm indulging in bad food. In my mind, I'm balancing it out. In reality, you do and you don't. It's never going to be equivalent as, like, you know, you come and burn 500 calories and then you're consuming 2,000, 3,000 calories in one day, you know, and then the sugar part is just, it's not going to ever balance out. So you will see a change in your weight, even if you're working out, even if you're running, but it does help, and it helps you keep that endurance level and that strength. So whenever you do get back on your journey, you know, it's not as hard. So I haven't been hitting the gym like hardcore. I've been kind of just going, and I go work out for like an hour and a half, but I have been like really just distracted and kind of like, I don't know, I feel like my ADHD just has me all over the place. Like, I have a lot of things going on in this season, and I'm trying to do a lot of things, which are really good things, but my mind just stays constantly going and going, right? So I'm going to share a little bit of what I'm going to do while I start this journey. So I will not restrict myself 1,000,000%, because that never works for me. But I do want to commit myself to certain things that I can restrict myself on, that I do have the power to. While I still want to be able to go out with my family and enjoy a meal with them here and there, I want to be able to lose weight, but it doesn't have to be fast. It just has to be consistent. So you might notice some days you gain a couple pounds, and then you lose a couple pounds, and then you gain. Overall, you want the overall average of that month to still be a loss. Whether it's a couple pounds, and I have to like turn on the car because it's getting hot in here. Whether it's a couple pounds or, you know, or a lot. So some of the things that I will be doing is, number one, I will be cutting out creatine. I've been taking creatine for on and off for years, but it definitely helps like build muscle. I mean, it swells up your muscle. Like it helps with replenishing your muscles. It helps with like, I don't know how to explain it, because I I know what it is, I know what it does, but I can't really break it down for you. But it does make you hold a lot of water. So when you're taking creatine, it's really common and normal for you to feel your face kind of swell up a little bit. Your arms look a little bit puffier, and if you do hold fat like I do, it tends to make you look like chubby, right? My goal, one of it is I like the benefits of it. I don't like those other things that it does. I don't like the puffiness. Nobody likes puffiness, but I do like the endurance that I gain from it. I do like my muscle growing, my legs, my mass growing. My legs have a lot of muscle, my calves. I don't really work out my calves, but I have really good calves. I mean, like, I guess when you walk, you build them up. I do walk a lot. I walk uphill and then I do the stair climber, but I will be cutting that off with my goal of wanting to lose weight. I am aware that I will probably be losing a little bit of muscle. I hope not, which I'm gonna try to still be as consistent as I can on weightlifting. I don't want to lift heavy weight as much as I want to bump up my high intensity training. So another thing, so number one is I'm gonna cut out creatine. So if you're not taking creatine, you don't have to worry about that. If you do tend to hold water weight, which a lot of us do with certain foods that we eat or our diets. I think when you eat a lot of salt is great for you, but it does tend to hold a little bit of water weight. When you don't drink enough water, when you eat a lot of sugar, you tend to retain water. So you can take water pills. I do take water pills here and there. They help. It's better to just not take any of that stuff, but if you feel the need to and you want to see the number on the scale change, you can take some water pills. But just know that that is water weight, that is not actual fat. Fat takes time and work. It is not going to come off. Like, you'll see the scale change when you take water pills, but it is not going to be like real weight. So another thing, so my goal, I don't know what your goal is. Your goal could be very different than mine. My normal weight is like 150-ish. I'm definitely not a 120-ish girl anymore. 6 years ago, my body was very different. I was a lot petite, smaller. I was never small to begin with, but I was a lot smaller. I weighed like around 130 to 140 was my normal weight. I think my normal weight now is from 150 to 160, which I want to keep it at 145 to 150 and like a 155 like the max. I thought right now during the holidays I managed to go up to like 165, or geez, like I hate to think about going to 170. It sucks, but it's okay. It is totally okay. The great thing about weight is you can fix that, right? It's not like it's permanent. So that's the way I look at it. I'm like, okay, I had a good time. I indulged. I enjoyed the time with my family. I ate some good food, and now it's time to get back to business, right? So don't shame yourself. Don't stay stuck in that mindset of like, oh man, I like messed up, I gained. No, like just move on from it. Weight comes and goes. I've literally gained when I had my son. I went up to 220 pounds. I'm 5'4". Imagine that. I was like a hippo. That's how I saw myself. My face was swollen. It was so swollen, and so I don't want to see myself close to 200s, you know. So I'm well aware that I let myself indulge. I think from like November to December, I mean from November to now, I wasn't tracking anymore. I was still eating healthy, maybe like 3 times out of the week, and then still kind of like there was always something going on at work, or somebody brought cakes or cupcakes or cookies or any types of sweets, and I would not say no. When I am on my mindset of wanting to lose weight or wanting to be healthier, I try to restrict myself on like, you know what, let me say no. The thing about it is, the more you say no, the easier it gets with time. Like, it might not be easy at first to cut out the sugar, but it will get easy with time as you progress. So if you say no to that cake 1 time, 2 times, 3, by the 3rd, 4th, 5th time, it's gonna be easy. You're not even gonna crave it. The thing about sugar too, when you start cutting it off, you stop craving it so much. Like, you do probably get that initial, like, your body wants it, you want sugar, but after you starve yourself from that desire of sugar, you don't want it anymore as badly. I mean, it's still going to be tempting here and there, but you'll be able to have more power over, these are my goals and I want to stick to them, right? So number 2 is, so number 1 was the creatine. Number 2 is I am going to stop sugar. So I am well aware that that's going to be a really tough one. So I do plan on cutting sugar, and I'm going to give myself 7 days at a time. So I'm not going to say I'm cutting it out forever, but I want to give myself 7 days. Like, let me see if I can make it today. And if I mess up one day, let's do it 24 hours a day. You know, let's 24 hours at a time. If I mess up today, let me try again tomorrow. There's a lot of alternatives. Thankfully, there is a lot of alternatives. Honey is not one of them. So fruit, your body, your insulin levels still shoot up with even fruit. Your body doesn't know much different of real sugar or natural sugar. So it's still going to have negative effects, but it's a lot better than consuming actual sugar. Like, let it be. If you're gonna have some yogurt and you want some sweets, add some blueberries. You know, if you're getting the plain yogurt, because if you're cutting out sugar, you're gonna start getting plain yogurt. Everything has sugar, even the plain one that has no flavor, it still has sugar. Look at the back, look at the label, start reading your labels. And so you need to start just being aware of what you're putting into your body. Be more conscious of what you're putting into your body. I do a lot of like unconscious eating, just eating, right? I'm passing by the kitchen, animal crackers, eating. I made Rice Krispies. I probably ate like half of the Rice Krispies that I made just by like, oh gosh, I don't know, like, I love sugar, you know? And I am well aware that I should not be doing that, but it happens, right? And it's okay. Like, that's the thing, is like, you have to give yourself grace. And if you get stuck in that, like, oh my God, I did this, well, like, you're only going to delay your progress. Because once you realize, like, okay, it's done, it is what it is, let me move forward and do better, then you can continue on your journey. So number 2 was taking out sugar. I tried to do stevia. Stevia is a good alternative. There's probably things about it that are not good for you. It's better than other alternatives. They say monk fruit is pretty good. I've never tried it, but try stevia. Try to stay away from just processed things. I really don't eat a lot of processed food. I try to just eat whole, and I cook my food. But I do have a toddler, so sometimes we're on the road, we're doing something, we're going out doing something fun, and I don't want to drive back home to go get my food or go eat at home. So I'm like, okay, the baby's hungry, my older one's hungry, so we stop and eat somewhere. And it's really hard to make a good decision when you're eating out. So try to cut down your eating out. Try to cook what you eat. That's what one of my goals is going to be, is let me eat out once. Let's start with twice a week, and that's it. and like really make it a habit of taking your meals with you if you're going on the road. For some people that's possible, for some people that's not. I can eat like boiled eggs like nothing in my car. I mean, it stinks, right? I open the windows, but I can eat 3-4 boiled eggs and I'll be fine. But that's not the point. You don't want to just eat like that all the time, right? You want to eat a variety of foods. Like if you want to eat your salad, you want to eat your salad or your greens, whatever greens you choose, your protein, and then your carb. But you want to keep your carbs healthy. You want to look up those low glycemic foods. Like you want to do brown rice, you want to do like sweet potato. You really want to stay away from like white rice and stuff. I think that is going to be my number 3, is kind of cutting down eating out. While it's fun and all, and the kids enjoy it, maybe for the kids, if we're out somewhere, you know, I'll take them out, but I will try to pack myself a little lunch. And it's okay if I show up to Chick-fil-A with my own meal. Like, it's not going to kill me. Yeah, there is healthy alternatives. If you eat out, try to make it where you're eating something that's healthier. It's really hard. You don't know what they're using on that food. You don't know how much oil, grease, if it's fried or not. Like, even some of the things that are healthier are not necessarily healthy. So yeah, try to limit the times you go out to eat. Try to cook more, try to meal prep. Meal prepping is not always possible when you're a busy mom. Just cook more the nights you cook. Like, cook every other day and just cook a lot, right? Just cook higher portions, like bigger portions, so it can last. That's kind of what you're doing. Number 4, and this is always my thing, I fall off when I'm not consciously eating, when I'm not focused. It's a lack of focus. But protein, like, eat protein in every one of your meals. Try to limit the protein that's not like processed protein. Try to eat like fresh protein. Like, but if you have to, you know, get the frozen turkey sausage, breakfast turkey sausage, it's better than not, right? So just do it. Try to get the actual sausage and cook it yourself if you can. It's really easy. You kind of just, it comes like this. It's a breakfast turkey sausage. You just cook all of it and boil a bunch of eggs or scramble a bunch of eggs and just separate it into containers, and do that with the Greek yogurt, with the plain Greek yogurt, and with some blueberries and some stevia, and there you go. There's a breakfast. But that is one thing that I will be doing, is making sure that I'm getting enough protein. Ideally, at my weight, I should be eating anywhere from like 120 to like 140, 150 grams of protein. Ideally, it should be a gram for every pound. But that is really, really hard. So one of the things that helps me, I eat a lot of boiled eggs. I protein shake. I drink whey protein. I've always had the gold standard, kind of always been consuming that protein for maybe, gosh, over 10 years. So it tastes pretty good. It has a lot of things that are probably not the best for you. So if you find a better one, do another one, but that's the one that works for my budget right now and for me. And I consume that with, there's this protein milk, Fair something is the brand, I forgot, but sometimes with the protein milk. So it's protein and then the protein milk, and then I put like 3 or 4 egg whites. I buy the egg whites, and then I put some Greek yogurt, and then a little bit of fruit. Like I put a banana for sugar. I might cut that out in this season. I'm trying to get my tongue used to not always having sweet stuff, not always having to put sugar in things. So you can change your taste buds. You can get your tongue used to not having sweets with every meal or every snack or whatnot. So I'm gonna try to cut a little bit of that out and just drink it. And so that itself, like that protein shake with Greek yogurt, depending on how much you put, but egg whites, Greek yogurt, protein milk, and protein, that alone is probably like 40 grams or more of protein. So it is a lot of protein. Now, a lot of people, when they consume a lot of protein, they do start getting constipated. So these are my things: probiotics, prebiotics. I highly suggest, and there's one specifically that I recommend 1,000,000%. I'll try to find the link and put it on the description. But probiotics with every meal that you have. Probiotics, you have to clean out your system. How do you lose weight? By everything going through and coming out. Drink a lot of water to wash your insides. Like, I eliminate sodas, eliminate, like, sparkling water is great. Like, I feel like sparkling water kind of helps me not be snacking all day. So sometimes I'll drink sparkling water and I won't be snacking. But you still want to get enough food and protein in. You just don't want to be snacking on like things that don't serve a purpose. You know, you want to be very conscious of what you're putting into your body. So the other thing, so there's that. The other thing that I will be doing myself, I forgot if this is number 4, but I think it's number 4. It's number 4 or number 5, I don't know. I will be fasting. I will try to start my first meal either 11 or 12, and then my last meal before 7 or before 8, depending on what my life looks like in that day. Sometimes I get home pretty late. And try not to eat a heavy meal at night. What I try to do is I try to drink that protein shake, and that's it. Like, if I am getting home super late, by super late, like 8, sometimes I have to like drink it pretty late because I'll get out of the gym kind of late. It's okay. I try just to not eat super heavy, or I do sometimes just eat like chicken breast by itself at night, and then just with my protein shake. I don't recommend that all the way, but I try not to eat heavy at night. And always take your probiotic and your prebiotic. That is like so important. You need to have enough fiber. The other part, when people start consuming a lot of protein, you get constipated. So you have to drink a lot of fiber. I drink my greens. I will try to share the link of the greens that I take. They're greens with collagen, so they're good for your hair, your skin, your nails, as well as getting your daily greens. But I also still try to consume, I'm not a veggie person, but I do try to grill my veggies, like on the skillet, some like green beans, bell peppers, zucchini, mushrooms sometimes, and try to put like a little bit of soy sauce and sometimes like pepper and other seasonings, seasoned salt. Sometimes I do like lemon pepper for some, with like some avocado oil or something. So you just have to try whatever works for you, but just try to increase it. Like, just do it, you know, like, don't think about it too much, just do it. So there's that. Try to increase your greens, because you don't want to get constipated. That's the worst thing, is when you're trying to eat healthy and you're eating a bunch of protein like everyone tells you to, but then you're like, I'm gaining weight. There's a reason why. So other things that you can do is drink green teas. Green tea, probiotics, and enough fiber, whether it's fiber, powdered fiber, or whether it's eating a lot of greens and salads. I eat salads, I like salads too. But whether it's that, you can add your green tea, and the green tea maybe once or twice a day, and I promise you will be fine. Like, you will be fine. If you're not, then that's probably a different problem. If you're drinking enough water, you're drinking probiotics, you are eating enough fiber, and if you do green tea here and there, there's another tea that I drink, not every night, but I try to drink it. So it has chamomile and it's senna tea, senna leaf tea. They have it at Kroger. Oh my gosh, that will help as well. I drink that at night before I go to bed because the chamomile kind of calms me down. I don't drink it every night, but you will wake up, and if you don't need to use the restroom right away, you will shortly after. That helps a lot too, especially if you've been eating carbs or sugar and you're like a little bit constipated. It happens, it's human, it's normal, it's natural. So those are a few things that I will be doing as of now, so you can follow along with me on my journey. I will share my exact weight. I will weigh myself tomorrow morning, and then my goal is to lose 20 to 25 pounds. Yeah, I don't know exactly like how long I'm gonna give myself to get to that goal, because I don't want to be super aggressive. I have been super aggressive in the past and I gain it right back. I don't want to do that. I want to do it like a healthy way. I think starting by making those changes in my diet, consuming enough calories too, eating the right stuff. There is a carb calculator that you can look online on Google. Just put carb calculator and it'll put your height, your weight, how active you are, if you're female or male, and it will calculate your macros for you. If you like to count macros, all power to you. I do here and there, but I try not to stress myself out over it. It does help because you realize like, oh man, like even with eating all these healthy things, like I'm about to meet my calories already for the day and it's barely like 4 and I still haven't had dinner. Like it does help. It does help. So if that's what you need at the beginning, go for it. I will probably start doing that. But I will not beat myself up if I miss a couple days, or sometimes like when I do give myself a cheat meal that it's hard to track something you eat at a restaurant, right? So yeah, I think those are my tips for now. I wanted to keep it short. I wanted to keep this short. It went almost 30 minutes, but I just wanted to share some tips that I've learned, and I hope that you can implement them in your life if that is something that you're wanting to do. I think it helps with anything, whether you're wanting to lose weight or you just want to be a healthier version of yourself. Just do it for you, and always find that reason inside of you. It is not external. Do not look for external validation. Do not look for validation from others. Do not look for people to tell you like, oh, you're pretty, oh, you look good. Oh, you need to find that within you. Why do you want it? There's a video I posted of your motivation versus your why. You need to find your why, because if you want to stick to something, you have to find your reason why. I want to live a long, healthy life and be there for my kids. I want to chase my grandkids one day. I don't want to be with a walker or in a hospital bed. I don't want to live that life. So I want to be a healthier version for myself, because I want to live a long, healthy life. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful. I tried not to ramble and tried to keep my thoughts clear, but that doesn't always work. But anyways, Happy New Year, everyone, and let's do it. We got this.